Tamashiro here. Some of you on Hawaii Island and maybe other areas of the world might have heard about four court observers, four Hawaiian National Court observers. We were in Waimea Court and we were defending a man's right to due process and the right to travel. We had asked quite patiently and quite respectfully right out of the beginning that could we have our case, our young friend Kamison Carlos Elazar, could we have his case be heard in the alphabetical order? And instead what has happened to him several times now is because we do challenge jurisdiction, we do ask, has any man or woman claim that any of us have done any harm? You know, right now this is a case of State of Hawaii, a corporation, versus this man or that man. Typically, those people are, in their world, straw people anyway. But the real man, Kamison Carlos Elazar, his grandmother, myself, and another friend, Terry Wen, we were there to demand our unalienable rights to full disclosure, due process, to examine claims and facts and evidence. We start out, as I said, very respectfully and quietly. But as soon as the judge, her name is Kanani Laubach, the woman, as soon as she realizes there's people, four people, real people, ready to challenge her in jurisdiction and due process, let's engage in a meaningful, respectful dialogue, she immediately, truly, within a second, like she was prepared, grabs a piece of paper and starts reading charges of contempt of court. From that moment on, she's blocked out all possibility of having a discussion and in fact threatened us with contempt of court and jail immediately. This egregious, disrespectful behavior gets us excited, gets me very excited, and eventually our pleading with her, our asking her, please listen to us, have a discussion with us, which she doesn't want to have. Because everybody in the courtroom, you know, the judge, the bailiffs, the clerks, and all the people sitting in the courtroom, we know Hawaii's true political status. And I think it's time that we peacefully, but in honor, stand forward and go, wait a minute, there's no harm here. We would like due process to examine our claim and our facts and evidence. And it's your turn now, judge or prosecutor. Adult people engaging in lawful, respectful dialogue. Well, like I said, she just starts reading charges. It gets very heated. We decide we're going to leave now. Hello, we're going to leave because you're not giving us due process, which means she's perjuring her oath to due process and serving and protecting. So much for that. We can't leave because the police, the bailiffs, are blocking the way, and then one of them grabs Terry, yanks her arm in the back, and starts to handcuff her. Now I'm mad. Sorry. I get mad. She starts attacking us, basically, charging us, saying, you're all going to go to jail, and here's why, reading the charges. Fortunately, she gives me a moment. She's thinking that I'm going to go cross the bar now, and that I'm in her jurisdiction. We rebuke all false claims, false contracts, false presumptions, and we've filed for years now about our true political status. And I do have a moment using the State of Hawaii's video system where I am able to bring facts and evidence that are relevant to this case and so many other cases where the State of Hawaii, which cannot prove jurisdiction, is actually harming people, the agents of the State of Hawaii. Okay, so I want you to check this out. We're going to continue to stand in honor. I am learning to be more peaceful about this, but maybe you'll understand why we get pretty hot, because there was no due process, there was no respect, no examining claims and evidence, just threats. that we indeed ended up being harmed, going to jail for 30 days. We're out, we're back, we're going to do the best we can, we're going to demand the truth, we're going to share the truth, and we're going to do it with aloha. Okay, God bless you. Thank you.
Case 26 on page 24, Hanoi County.
Excuse me. I took off my work because I want to support a man who will stand in honor. And I heard you guys would skip his name last time too. And we cannot allow you to keep doing that.
Okay, so I'm going to advise you, sir, regarding summary contempt of court.
No.
Yep.
Listen,
No.
I came in, ma'am.
No. This happens every time. Okay, so I'm gonna advise because this is, look what you guys do every time you guys come to court. This is what happens. You cause a disruption in my court.
Case 26 on page 24, Hanoi County.
Excuse me. I took off my work because I want to support a man who will stand in honor. And I heard you guys would skip his name last time too. And we cannot allow you to keep doing that.
Okay, so I'm going to advise you, sir, regarding summary contempt of court.
No.
Yep.
Listen,
No.
I came in, ma'am.
No. This happens every time. Okay, so I'm gonna advise because this is, look what you guys do every time you guys come to court. This is what happens. You cause a disruption in my court, and I cannot allow it. So I'm going to advise you of summary contempt of court. We have a vehicle to, okay, so I'm going to advise you of summary contempt of court. If you willfully cause a disruption in the immediate view and presence of the court, I can take you into custody and sentence you to 30 days in jail forthwith. So if you want to continue disrupting the proceeding, I have to advise you, I'm going to charge you with summary contempt of court. I'm going to find you guilty and sentence you to 30 days. Okay, all right, so I'm going to charge you, sir. What is your name? I'm going to charge you, sir, the male individual with a navy blue shirt with initials RVKA on it. You are hereby charged with the violation of HRS Section 710-1077-1A that you did recklessly engage in disorderly or contemptuous. What's your name, sir? What's your name, sir?
I'm Gene Tamashiro.
Gene Tamashiro. Okay, so I'm
write
also
it down.
I'm also charging you, Mr.
You can charge me with anything. The first thing you gotta do, man, is you gotta prove jurisdiction. And all these people in here know this. They know this. Nobody's doing any harm and you're extorting money. Yeah, why don't you talk to me man to woman, please?
Because you're not showing me any respect.
I'm showing you respect. I want some due process. Please stop doing that. Can we talk like real people?
On my calendar, sir. You're not on my calendar.
I tell you what, this crime affects everybody in Hawaii.
Committed during the sitting of the court.
This is our court.
Okay.
This is the people's court. Go ahead and hold your court, please. Continue to hold your court.
We're gonna leave. We can leave now. We're gonna leave now because you don't give us due process.
Ma'am, what's your name?
People's court.
What's your name, ma'am? So the court is also going to charge the female individual sitting
These guys
between
know.
the two.
Sister, these
the
guys
two
know.
males.
You gotta stop she violating, okay?
I'm also charging you, ma'am. You're my charge with the violation of HRS.
You and your
We're going to need 3 separate vehicles to take all parties to jail.
Jail.
You 3 are not charged with the violation of HRS Section 710-1077-1A. You all did recklessly engage in disorderly or contemptuous behavior committed during the sitting of the court in its immediate view and presence,
You guys
and
all
directly
witness.
intending to interrupt.
So you know, we require of you,
First, sir,
Judge.
the Navy
Put it in writing. Put what you want to say in writing
Sir, do you
and send it to
understand
us.
the charge? Do you understand the charge, sir? The court will reflect no response.
Excuse me.
Female as to the
Excuse me.
black and white. Okay,
Excuse me.
ma'am, in the Navy sweatshirt, the court is also going to charge you
To the
violation of HRS Section 710-1077-1A.
You're harming a woman.
Recklessly engaging
You are harming a woman.
or contemptuous behavior.
You are harming a woman.
committed during the sitting of the court
Robert,
and is immediately
making a mistake. You're making a mistake, and we can prove it. Everybody here know.
So, ma'am, what is
Just
your
calm
name?
down. We're gonna
In
be
the
all
blue
right.
sweatshirt.
Are you guys witness, yeah?
Ma'am, what is your name? Ma'am, what is your name? In the blue sweatshirt.
You got any reporters?
So the court
Report
will
this,
know that
please.
the female party in
No
the blue
harm.
sweatshirt and black jeans
I'm a
is
woman.
also in charge. So
This
the
is
court
our
treating
court, this is the
offense
people's
as a
court.
petty
There's a
misdemeanor
crime being committed here.
in the immediate view and presence of the court.
There's a crime being
Court
committed
therefore has the power
by
to
this
order
man
summary
who's holding me
conviction and
hostage.
disposition. Charge is a petty misdemeanor.
I'm a
with
woman.
criminal penalties
Is there a
of
man or
life,
woman here claiming I
30
do
days in
harm?
jail and or $1,000 fine. Accordingly, there is no right to a jury trial. So the substance of the charge that we engaged in the following behavior. So the court first did the male in the navy blue shirt. The female in the black and white shirt with the glasses on top of her head also committed contentious
I'm a woman.
behavior
You are harming a
by
woman.
interrupting the court's proceedings
You're
and
harming
displaying
me.
the respect to the
You're
court's
exercising your
authority. The male party sitting
You're
down,
harming
who
me.
was identified as Jean Tomashiro, also did the
Dennis?
following: engage in contemptuous
Dennis?
behavior by
Dennis, I'm a woman.
interrupting the court's proceedings
We need
and
a lot of
impairing the
declaration
respect to the
of proof
court's
from all of you
authority, and the
today.
female party currently
What took place
handcuffed
today?
in the navy blue sweatshirt did also engage in contemptuous behavior, interrupting the court's proceedings.
This
or
is our
impairing
court,
the
this is the
respect to
people's
court's
court.
authority. So, male party in the navy blue shirt, do you understand the charge? Court will reflect no response. Female party in the black and white t-shirt, do you understand the charge? Court will reflect no response. Male
Not
party
understand.
sitting down,
Not
Jean
understanding
Tomashiro. Mr. Tomashiro, you understand the charge?
I'm a woman being
Court will
harmed.
reflect no response.
I've been
Oh, no, I have a
I've been
response.
harmed.
I have a response.
I've been
Stop.
harmed.
Baby,
Don't just talk out of the piece of paper. Be a real person, okay? Listen,
I've been harmed.
I understand
Dennis.
that I comprehend that you are operating without due process. Hello? 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 Are you deaf and dumb? Come on. Yeah, exactly. Hello? I'll stand in honor, will you? Jesus. That's how afraid you are, Judge. Yes, you heard me.
Come up here and tell me.
Let's go. Come on, let me go. Let's talk right now.
Mr. Tomashiro,
Yes,
do you wish me?
you heard
Okay,
me.
come up here and tell me what
Let's
do you want
go.
to say
Let's
regarding
go.
the subs.
Let's
Right
talk
here
right
on the mic.
Hallelujah.
So
It's
I'm
about
charging you.
time.
Hold on, I'm charging you with contempt of
No,
court.
no,
Summary
you can't
contempt of
charge
court.
me with nothing. You know why?
I'll give you
Because
1
we
minute.
have filed claim year after year about Hawaii's true political status. Listen carefully, because I'm telling you something you already know. Now, you swore an oath to serve and protect. You perjure your oath every time you don't respond with due process. If my facts are incorrect, put it in writing and let's take it to the Attorney General and the Governor. All these guys are puppets to the crime. All people who are BAR. What does BAR stand for? British Accreditation Regency. In 1871, when they created the federal corporation. Listen, did I say anything incorrect? You stop me if I'm lying. You stop me if I'm lying. The reason why I gotta get excited is because you're extorting money from innocent people who are not doing harm. Hello, Judge. Hello. Look at me. Talk to me. You asked me.
So the court is going to make the following findings. I give you opportunity to be heard.
No, no, no. You're not.
The court is making.
Then
Just
respond
because
to
I
me.
don't agree with you
Can
doesn't mean I
no,
don't hear
no,
you.
it's not
I'm
about
not going to
agreement.
respond.
It's bring facts and evidence that the state is lawful in Hawaii. Look me in the eye and tell me the state is lawful in Hawaii.
Okay.
You
So
cannot.
The court is
You
going
cannot.
to make the following findings.
Oh boy.
That
I'm
the
walking.
court makes the
I'm
following
walking.
findings
Hey,
beyond a reasonable doubt.
I'm walking because you're not showing me due process. That's not respect.
A
We've done
hearing
this too many
on
times.
September
It's over.
26, 2017, a hearing was held before the court, judge of the district court, Kanani Laubach of the Third Circuit, State of Hawaii, to determine whether the male party in the navy blue shirt, the female party in the black and white shirt, Mr. Jean Tomashiro, and the female party in the navy blue sweatshirt should be held in criminal contempt of court in violation of HR Section 710-1077-1A, recklessly engaged in disorderly or contemptuous behavior committed during the sitting of a court in its immediate view and presence, and directly tending to interrupt its proceedings or impair the respect due to its authority under the circumstances described in HRS Section 710-1077-3A. This offense shall be treated as a petty misdemeanor. The court will note that the male party in the navy blue shirt, the female party in the black and white shirt, and the female party in the navy blue sweatshirt have left the courtroom. After full consideration of all the evidence, the court hereby concludes each contender guilty of a summary direct criminal contempt in violation of HRS Section 710-1077-1A based upon the following facts made beyond a reasonable doubt. The contenders, the court will list each four, did immediately engage
I just asked,
in
why did you
contentious
skip
behavior
Camison's case?
by interrupting the court's proceedings and impairing the respect to the court's authority by speaking out of turn, by yelling at the court, and by engaging in contemptuous behavior. Each contender committed the offense in the immediate view and presence of the court. The court has knowledge of all the facts constituting
Show me the
offense.
facts, please.
Based upon the guilty
Show me
of
the facts,
each contender,
Judge.
the following sentence is imposed.
You're doing harm,
each
lady.
defendant is committed to the custody of the Director of Public Safety to be incarcerated for a period of 30 days, mid to issue forthwith.
You're going to do harm in
order.
in front of all of these good people. You're going to do harm like
The
that.
court will
Why don't
do
we
the
try
orders, so
Ho'oponopono
30 days,
first?
Mr. Tomashiro. 30 days.
Why don't we try Ho'oponopono?
30 days.
Look at me and do that.
30
It's on
days.
you, pal.
30 days.
It's on you. Yeah, look. Why are you guys doing this? You guys keep obeying. This is treason. It's not due process. Pay attention, you guys. It's coming to everybody.
Yeah.
Hello, Judge. Hello. Look at me. Talk to me. You asked me.
You're harming me. Ow! Ow!
Aloha. Gene Tamashiro here again. Thank you for watching that documentary video, if you will, of our experience in the state of Hawaii court system. Basically, for natural law Hawaiians requiring due process to examine claims with facts and evidence. But in this case, as in so many cases, the process in corporate law, which the state of Hawaii is a corporation, just like the United States, it's a corporation. They're operating in corporate law, otherwise known as maritime or admiralty law, law that is written by man, typically derived from politics and money, the influence of politics and money. We are advocates of, and we're grateful that Hawaiian Kingdom 1839 and America 1776, both based on God's natural law. The three principles of natural law adjudication are very simple. What is the truth? Was any harm done? And what is the status of agreements? Be truthful, do no harm, and honor your word. We don't have a system of law anymore that addresses justice in that manner. Like I said, we have a corporation, and if you trace it back, America in 1871, when it created the District of Columbia, became a federal corporation. District of Columbia equates to federal corporation. 22 years later, in 1893, is when they illegally overthrew Hawaii and arrested our queen. So we're actually occupied by a foreign-controlled government services for-profit corporation. That's what we have. We put that in writing. We file into the court system. We acknowledge this to all of the people, the governor, the lieutenant governor, the attorney general, and everyone now is invited to read our claim. And if they have a response or a rebuttal, please put it in writing and then let the public decide. I want to know if my facts are incorrect, but it's very clear there is no treaty of annexation. So especially if a man or a woman has done no harm, you certainly, we cannot accept lack of due process when the state of Hawaii Corporation simply extorts money and puts people in jail for demanding due process, natural law, due process. I'm sorry that the video gets kind of exciting. No swear words were exchanged, but the energy is pretty hot. Why? Because Kanani Laubach, the woman, as soon as she realizes that we're going to challenge her and demand due process, examine claims, facts, and evidence, she picks up the piece of paper and starts reading charges. Not once is she acting like an adult, being calm, hearing us out, and having a real meaningful dialogue. So that's what we're looking forward to, a real meaningful dialogue. At this point, we're filing claim, as I said, from the governor's office all the way down, to our county council members. We're filing the claim, and we're inviting everybody to Ho'oponopono, especially the woman Kanani Laubach. We're offering Ho'oponopono. I filed, looks like 11 days ago, and she still has not responded. If no one responds, in law, silence is acquiescence. I hope they respond. We don't have, we don't want to kick anybody off the island, have people lose their jobs. We just want to put our political perspectives off to the side for a moment and sit down and talk to each other with aloha in truth and love. And that's really what I'm praying for and I'm hoping for. And I believe if we stay truthful, honor the covenant, Keakua will have his way. And Hawaii will be on earth as it is in heaven. God bless you. We'll see you soon. Thank you.